My name is Anatolian Cholisova, and this is Patriots, Mr. Rice. There's a lot of gaslighting going on with this election. And I think it's important that people realize it. First of all, Kamala Harris wasn't the nominee. Joe Biden was. The ranking members of the Democrat Party basically forced him to withdraw from running for president because either they felt that he couldn't win, or they felt that he was just a bad look for the election. There's a lot of criminal activity surrounding the Biden family, and they could have been going with, we need somebody else, period. But we know that Joe Biden was asked to step down. We know that there was a meeting between Barack Obama, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Joe Biden. We don't know what was actually said. But I want you to consider this. All right? Kamala Harris was thrown away in 2020 by the Democrats in California. They did not want her as the nominee. She did not make the cut. Then all of a sudden Joe Biden pulls her out of the garbage to become his DEI pick because she checks all the boxes. She's mentally retarded. She's a woman of color. Should I mention again that she's mentally retarded? But she's easily controllable. And because she's easily controllable, the deep state loves her. And they're terrified of Trump. But they're also terrified that they were also terrified of having to cheat again to keep Biden in office, because it was evident that nobody would have voted for Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. It's becoming evident that that's also the case with Kamala Harris. However, there is the outlier crowd that is always there, and I don't believe it should be. And I've talked about this before, and that's the welfare mom. Always Democrat, absolutely terrified of voting for a Republican because of the fact that the Democrat policies pay for the food on their table. And the more kids that they produce for the system, the more they're rewarded. So the Democrat Party has been buying votes and pushing out the fathers of the household for decades. basically to buy votes. Replace the nuclear family with government control. Nobody can argue this. If they try, they end up looking like a fool. All right. Now let's move on to something else. Part of the reason that Kamala Harris is the favored pick of a deep state is because Democrats and public school attendees in general have been brainwashed into thinking that unless you're in a certain economic column, you're not going to be able to make it in life without the government. Technical difficulties. Like I was saying, Kamala Harris has preached this forever, that unless you have equity in society, the people on the bottom are never going to amount to anything. Well, let me draw you a picture of what I deal with on a daily basis. This is a blind cane. It's mine. All right? Yet, I work for Multnomah County. I'm a certified EMT. I speak 7 languages. When people start telling you that there are no jobs out there, that just means that there are no jobs out there for you. What that should be doing is inspiring you not to give up, but to maybe better educate yourself and do what you need to do to get educated in the fields that there are jobs in. I've had people tell me that it's just too late for them. They're too old. I'm 50. Okay? I'm 50. I'm blind. I have a crippled hand. Yet, I work. I work, and I am glad to do so. I really don't think that, and this is getting really annoying. Bear with me. Sorry. And like I was saying, we shouldn't be dealing with what our limitations are. But what we should be doing is looking at the past, learning from our mistakes. That's why the Marxist statement from Kamala Harris is so sickening, where she wants you to forget the past and look toward the future. Well, if you actually look at what she's done or not done, what her failure record is and lack of success is, you might want to actually consider the fact that she's actually telling you to look beyond the fact that she failed at the border, beyond the fact that she failed as a vice president. She failed in California as a prosecuting attorney and eventually the attorney general. All right. But that's Kamala Harris. Let's look at what you can do. You could easily go online. There are countless courses on YouTube and in different sources that are actually free, and sometimes even accredited by colleges, that will help you gain a skill. Google will actually teach you to code from the comfort of your own home. They will actually teach you to code from the comfort of your own home. You can develop a skill that is marketable. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to be challenging. Actually, I'm saying it's quite the opposite. It's probably going to be very challenging. I can't code. Not really. I can work my way around something, but I can't actually write a full-fledged program or a game. But my point is, as you develop these skills, you become more marketable. That's one thing that I've had to face, being 50 years old and having such a ever-changing job market. If you're not willing to develop the skills that are in demand, you will get screwed eventually. And that is a hard pill to swallow. Please forgive the technical difficulties. I'm not really too sure what's going on there. This is Patriots Must Rise. I am Anatoliana Chalisova. Please live free, die well, and love your neighbor as Christ has loved you. One last thing. This is a completely crowdfunded podcast, and as everybody knows, money gets really tight, especially in the idiocracy of Bidenomics. I could just see what the economy would look like under the retardation of Kamala Harris. But the point being, in the upper right hand corner, there's a QR code that is a gateway to ways that you can donate to the podcast, and any help would definitely be appreciated. Thank you.